Okay, let's dive in. We're really excited today to unpack some observations straight from the fish store.
Yeah, this is cool. We've got some notes from one of you listening detailing a recent fish keeping adventure.
Exactly. And it centers on finding a specific pair of fish. Our mission really is to see what we can learn from their experience observing a tank full of zebra cichlids.
Right. So let's set the scene a bit. Imagine you're there looking into this busy tank, loads of zebra cichlids swimming around.
All that activity, yeah. But the notes point to something specific the listener zeroed in on.
Uh-huh. They saw this one pair just constantly, chasing the other cichlids away from one particular area.
And that chase, it's not just random aggression, is it? The notes really nail this.
No, not at all.
Mm.
It's a classic sign. A really reliable one.
It tells you those two fish are like actively bonding, setting up shop together.
Yeah, they're claiming territory. Basically saying, hey, back off. This is our spot. We're a team.
And there was another clue mentioned in the notes too, right? About their size.
Oh, good point. Yes. They noticed one was slightly bigger than the other, likely the male.
Okay.
And seeing that size difference combined with the chasing behavior, that pretty much confirmed it for the listener. This wasn't just a casual thing. It looked like a proper bonded pair.
Which is, often what you see when they're getting ready to breed, that sexual dimorphism, the size difference.
Exact.
So this is where it gets really practical, especially if you're thinking about breeding cichlids.
Totally. The notes say, seeing those clear signs, the listener basically decided right then and there, okay, I'm getting these two.
And the logic makes perfect sense. Why go through the trouble of trying to pair up random fish later?
Right. As the notes explain, finding a pair that's already done the bonding themselves, it saves, well, potentially a lot of time and headaches.
Because getting two strangers to pair up can be hit or miss. Sometimes they fight, sometimes they just ignore each other.
Exactly. An already bonded pair, as the notes put it, they're essentially ready to mate. You skip that whole uncertain introduction period.
So, seems like the perfect find, this ready-made pair, but bringing them home wasn't the end of the story.
No, not quite. The notes immediately shift focus to the next big challenge.
Which is?
Acclimation. The absolute need for this new pair to have enough time to settle in, de-stress, adjust to the water, just feel safe in the new place.
And the notes highlight a specific complication, too, don't they, about where they were going?
They do. The new home is described as a, quote, pond full of gouramis.
Ah, okay, so established fish already there.
Yeah.
And gouramis, depending on the type, can be pretty chunky and territorial themselves.
Precisely. So introducing a new pair, maybe still a bit stressed from the move, into a tank with established, potentially larger fish like gouramis, that adds a whole other layer to the acclimation process.
It's not just about water changes, then.
No, it's about navigating the social dynamics, the existing hierarchy in the tank. The notes kind of leave off there with the plan to observe how things go over the next week.
Okay, so let's wrap our heads around this. What this listener shared really shows how important sharp observation is, right? Spotting behaviors like chasing, noticing things like size difference.
It helped them identify something really valuable, a bonded cichlid pair,
Right.
which is great news for breeding. Cuts out a lot of the guesswork.
But then, bam, you hit the next essential step,
Yeah.
getting them settled.
Ah.
And that's made way more complicated when you've got other fish, like those gouramis, already ruling the roost.
Yeah, and if you connect that back, for anyone listening, this scenario is really interesting. The notes emphasize needing time for that adjustment, especially with those existing tank mates.
It really makes you think, beyond just the physical stuff, the water parameters and all that,
Hmm.
what does acclimation really mean for a relationship like this pair's bond when they're suddenly in a totally new social scene?
That's a great point. What does it actually take for that bond to hold strong or even thrive when they're the newcomers in an established community? Something to really mull over.